Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Woohoo!
I am your friendly neighborhood Pokeprof, joined once again by the lovely Kitty Cross, and we're going to be continuing on here through the mines of Moleville to save Dinah and Mite. Yeah, and this is the main reason why I wanted to take a small break, is because I knew these guys were going to be irritating. Dang it. You can jump over those guys. I'm horrid at it. But thankfully they're not too strong. You can pretty much go ahead and wipe them out fairly easy. Matter of fact...
Yeah, I forgot those guys were even there.
And then last Bomb is dead. And we're good.
Ooh.
Yeah, if you're good with the Starman, you should be able to actually knock these guys out and get some nice experience on them. But this is full heal, and we have a save point right here, which honestly we're not going to take. Because I know this boss like the back of my hand, so I really don't think I need to go ahead and save here.
Alrighty. But
there's a particular well-known villain. Well known as far as me, because I just love him as terms of a character. He's just silly. So let's go in here and fight the boss.
Punchinello.
That protects the 3rd star without even thinking about it. Good day. The name's Nello. Punchinello. Punchinello? Never heard of ya. They say I'm a hothead, but I'll show them. You will make me famous. So long. Greetings and say hello to Punchinello, one of my favorite bosses in this game. Mostly because he's just a goofball and he looks weird as heck.
I don't even remember what he looks like in the official artwork.
Yeah. But his
Hard
main...
to tell.
Yeah. He's basically a giant paunch, more or less. But... interesting thing to note, if you actually approach him from the front without doing it in the back like I did, he'll actually hit you all the way back to the save point. You have to approach him from the back for this to work. He will also spawn little bombs. They're easy enough to kill of the low-level variety. You just use Malo's Thunderbolt. Ow. They also do piddly damage. Of course.
You know, I was wonder, considering he's got that hook thing on his head, is he supposed to be like a punching bag?
You know, now that you mention it, I think so. Because I always thought that was like a little feather, like you'd see in like with old school artists and whatnot. Because that's what he's kind of trying to portray himself to be, like an artist. I don't know. I'll put up a picture of what he looks like, you know, from like the instruction manual and whatnot, so everyone can get a really good idea. Maybe they can figure out what the hell he is. But I kind of like the idea that he's actually like a living punching bag. He's like the precursor to the punching bag in what was it? Super Mario, not Super Mario, what am I thinking of? Smash Bros. There we go. Because there's this punching bag in there that is kind of like famous now for being a punching bag. And now he rips off the Hulk, or not the Hulk, the Thing.
The Thing.
And now we gotta deal with probably the biggest bombs, the Mezzo bombs.
He's bombarding you.
Really? But yeah, the Mezzo bombs can be very, very dangerous. I believe they actually have an insta-kill maneuver if you're not careful. So you want to go ahead and kill them fairly fast. But other than that, really, unlike a lot of other bosses in the game, Punchinello doesn't have anything that will be really all that dangerous for you at this stage, especially if you're leveled up even remotely well. But he's also interesting because he's also, I think, the first boss that really doesn't have like an elemental weakness that you can take advantage of, like Mac and Croco had originally. And don't forget, as far as elements are concerned in this game, jump is an element.
Really?
Well, how do you think things like spikies are immune to it?
You mean spinies?
You know what I meant. I love this. Malo, Gino, and Mario just kind of go and, you know, kind of just egg him on. Now you're in for it. What? This is the kind of thing. It is kind of actually, this right there reminds me of something like out of the little Daffy Duck cartoons. Like, I can only do this once.
Mm-hmm. That is a big ba-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
It's abominable.
Really? Gonna name this episode Attack of the Puns. But this now makes, what, 3 enemies that we fought to get these stars that have no idea the stars are either A, there, or B, important. Because Mac didn't know about it, neither did Boyer, and Punchinello's not even part of Smithy's gang as far as we know.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they're actually all covered in soot. And then, magic dry cleaning! Yeah, it's only been like, what, 2-3 episodes, and we already got our next star for the Star Road. Jump for it, Mario! Are you gonna do that with every single star we get?
Was planning on it.
Okay, then. Ain't gonna stop ya. Alright, 3 down, 4 to go.
You know me, I'm a star performer.
Yeah, no, definitely gonna name this episode a pun thing. But we now see Dinah and Mite. Little moles that are... Is that supposed to be...
I hate this part of the game.
I love it. It's one of my favorites. Forget to read the warning. Go crazy! Also, is she supposed to be holding like an ice cream cone of some kind? But yeah, we now are in a little bit of a mini game where you can go and basically, you know,
yeah, but if you go too fast, you can fly off the track.
Yeah, basically, this is a fun little mini game. You actually press left or right with the turns. You can also,
Case in point.
Yeah, that's why she hates it. The faster you go, the better your score is. And yes, you can even screw up like that. But the main thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to try and hit the brakes right at the really hard turns. But the more mushrooms you get, the, I think, better your score is. Ah, dang it. There we go. You can actually use the mushrooms to go and get your speed boosts.
Is it me, or is the game glitching? Because I don't remember those big black areas.
It's always been like that.
I don't remember that.
But yeah, you can go here and get a lot of really good items, some good coins. I forget if they actually give you anything for this first run. I think later on, this event is actually better timed to where you can earn like frog coins and the like out of it. Speaking of which, remember that Goomba jumping event that we had back in the pipe vault? Mm-hmm. That will actually continue to award you with, it goes flower tab, flower jar, and then a frog coin.
Good luck getting it.
Yeah, no, the guide that they actually have out for that, for people who are playing this game, like over on, game FAQs, they'll actually... Ah, come on, I pressed Y there. And this is the hated part for a lot of players.
This is why I hate this part of the game.
But they actually highly suggest for you to go and, what was it? Like, once you hit 20, you stop. Because then after every one, they'll go say, now get 2 higher. Frankly, considering frog coins are desired but not necessary... Oh god dang it, I'm doing a poor showing here. Well, I know, I love this game, but like I said, I'm doing a really poor showing. God dang it. I guess my rust for this particular minigame is showing.
Trying to get a really good time on this thing is a bitch.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the reasons I loved it, is because this ending part right here, I just love the background scenery. And if you could collect enough mushrooms, you could basically just spam to make up some lost ground here. 3 minutes, pretty bad time all considered, I think. I think my best time for that is like 1 minute and 40 seconds. Mind you, it's been a while since I've actually tried to play that game and play that game well. And of course, Mom and Pa happened to be really accurate about us dropping in on them. Yet another pun. Love how there's actually talk about... Poor Mite apparently has been knocked senseless. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Apparently you can patch up the roof really easy. And apparently Pa's now gonna do the same for us if we ever have troubles back at Mario's house. But actually, the caption there brings up an interesting question. We've done all this. We've gone and saved 3 star pieces now. But where's Princess Peach throughout all this? Well then, cue the guide over to the next area. We talk to these interesting colored... Well, actually, they're not side guys, they're sniffs.
Sniffits.
Actually, remind me, is this the game where Sniffits are first make an appearance?
No. Sniffits first appeared in Mario 2 along with Shy Guys.
Ah, that's right, that's right. Yeah, because they're, unlike Shy Guys, they're not as used anywhere near as much. But they also talk about now a princess falling from the sky. You also saw
them in the original Mario Brothers cartoon, the Super Show. They were in there too.
So yes, now the Sniffits are talking about a princess that has fallen from the sky. So we're going to be going and investigating that in just a moment. But now, a few things have actually changed in Moleville. First off, we have a little girl that will now sell us a shiny stone. She will buy it for some fireworks. We can't do this just yet, but you're going to want to pick that up if you want to do this 100%. We also have a little mole here that wants a carbo cookie. I honestly don't remember ever getting it for her. I will be trying to do so.
I think you picked that up from the shop in Moleville, don't you?
Really? Oh, let's find out. Shop. Oh, wait, no. Hey, here's the guy that has the rare stuff. He has several items that he can buy off him. A lucky jewel, which he'll sell to us for 100 coins. And that's all he gets. He'll actually get more items. We have 800 coins, and I believe 999 is the actual cap, so let's go ahead and buy the lucky jewel, because we got more than enough money to spend. And then we'll also talk to you, see if you actually have the carbo cookie. Does not look like they do.
Darn it, I thought they did.
Well, we'll find out where it is later. But The Lucky Jewel down here summons luck at will. I remember it being a very special item, but for the life of me, I can't recall what it did off the top of my head. Future Prof will take care of it for us. I know I'm a bit of a lame duck for not looking at it earlier.
Don't worry, I don't remember either.
I do remember that it is involved with another particular item later on in the game. But there's two other things we want to do before we go and finish up here. Because first, they actually dug down into the mines to try to get to the kids, and now it's a shortcut back to the trolley little minecart thing we were doing. So essentially, it will cost us 10 coins, and essentially we can go and try and beat our time. I believe you can get rewards out of this similar to the other mini game we had. Also, over here, he'll actually tell you when you can go and get everything, but later on, we actually have to come back here for something important. I believe the timing for that is just a little bit later. With that, I think that's all there is in Moleville for us for the moment, so let's go on to this next area before I think we'll call it a day, because there's something very important in the next area. Because we're going to be moving on, to Booster Pass. I thought we were a little bit closer than that.
Well, we gotta go through the pass to get to the tower.
That's right. So let's go through Booster Pass, see how far we can get.
Oh!
And we got some new enemies. We have the Spikester, which is basically an upgraded version of the spiny enemy. Pretty basic, guys. You've pretty much the same strengths and weaknesses of the Spinies beforehand. And the giant carrot we have over here is Carabosis.
Carabosis.
I've never learned
what that's supposed to be a play on. Hold on.
You're gonna look it up? Really?
Yes.
Alright. And neither of these guys have ever been really interesting enemies. I believe Carabosis can actually put you to sleep or mute you if you're not careful.
Although I wonder if it's called Carabosis because it's supposed to be a carrot with proboscis, which is another way of referring to someone's nose.
Could be. Ah, crap. My jump button didn't work. Oh, but thankfully it shows us a new enemy. The Artichoker. But tish. Basically the enemies that little things we've been seeing around here as a living enemy. Artichokers, I always remember being kind of freaky just because, well, when they open up, they kind of ain't looking pretty. Yeah, like that. Other than that, though, the Artichokers are actually very, very slow enemies, so you usually be able to kill them before they can
I was right. The Carabosis, the name is a portmanteau of carrot and proboscis.
Oh, okay.
So I was right.
Ah.
No more you know.
Yep. Interesting thing also, the Artichoker is, I think, the first regular enemy to use a boss ability, because it just hit us with static E. So we're getting to that point in the game where old enemies will actually, abilities for bosses will be used by regular enemies. But that enemy also dropped the Fright Bomb. Like the enemies that we faced, we can actually use the status effects against our own enemies. We can actually poison them, fear them, among other things. While we don't have any character that can do that just yet, we can do it through items that we find, the Fright Bomb being, I believe, the first and the earliest we can obtain. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because, as you see, Lakitu here is flying about. We can actually fight him if we get close enough. Ah.
You jumped too soon.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, watch the shadow on the ground.
Yeah. Come back here, Lakitu. But he's also a good little grinding spot simply because... Ah, dang it. He's a good grinding spot because you can go and...
Yeah, you got him.
Basically farm him forever. But yeah, Lakitus are also an enemy in this game. I believe they actually are one of the few enemies that can summon more.
For some reason, there's lucky 2 of them.
Really? Thankfully, Lakitus are not that strong physically, and they'll mostly attack you with magic. Oh crap, but all of these guys are immune to electricity. Oh, that's why I remember Artichoke's being a dick. They can actually heal their party members. So let's get rid of the Artichoke as fast as we can.
It makes sense that the Lakitus are immune to lightning and stuff, though, because they're riding clouds.
True, and they're using electricity to fight us to boot. I think the thing with me is, because what I normally do when it comes to playing this game is I normally focus on one single stat for the characters. Mario is usually all offense, Mallow and Gino are all magic. Because of this, you know, they tend to burn through enemies real fast. Alright, that should be that. Defense up, not too bad. Stop it with the static E's. That can actually result into a game over real fast if you're not careful, because when you're taking a bunch of static E's or other AoE's effects like that, especially since you can't block magic like you can physical attacks, you can just run through you real fast.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the Lakitus shouldn't be putting up too much of a fight otherwise. They would stop zapping us with electricity. There we go. Attack up, which Mario's not going to be able to use, considering we're going to be probably killing this guy real fast. Boom.
I just love how the normal enemies just go.
Yeah. Oh god. Dang it. You know what? Let's not play anymore. Let's just go ahead and kill these guys real fast. There we go. That was some nice damage. Of which he heals almost entirely. Fireballs. Meat yum. There we go. Wow.
Artichoke really resilient.
Yeah, I forgot how tanky that thing was. It's either tankier than I remember, or I'm a hell of a lot lower level than I remember being. And it too has static E. And Gino's dead.
Crap.
Alright, let's pull him back up. Did I actually run out of pick-me-ups? Oh no, there it is. Yeah, when we are next time in a village, we'll go ahead and... Yep. We'll go ahead and get up some more of the rezzing items, simply because we don't actually get a character who can res for a long time.
I just remembered, you already showed the thing before where you hit the action button as you're using an item and it gives you a freebie.
Yes. Yeah, we did that, I think.
That until you showed it to me. Yeah.
We did that super early. And the timing is also horrible for it, so... Okay. Can we kill the Artichoke already? It's been around here forever. Thank you. Good lord. I think that might be an instance of maybe having us to grind up a little.
Yeah. And you're poisoned.
Double the poison.
Gino is. And Mallow.
Alright. There's also a point where you can actually just start running from battles because, you know, there are certain enemies that will just, like the Artichoke, as you notice, will just be annoying to fight no matter what you do.
Yeah, at this point of the game, they can already kind of ruffle stump you.
Well, not so much ruffle stump, just take a lot of time to consume. But anyway, you also want to be careful because they can be right here as well. So So let's go kill this guy real fast. And I think after that we'll go ahead and call it.
Are we already at time?
We've been past time, actually.
Gosh, already.
Yes. Time flies when you're having fun. Or in this case, fighting nothing but artichokers. I don't remember them being this common of an enemy.
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like banana.
And this is what I live with, folks.
You love me and you know it.
Yes, I do, but still. Alright. It should be just about dead now. There we go. Hey, Geno leveled up. Level 8. And learned Geno Boost, the most broken ability in the game. Or one of. With this, you can essentially make your characters nigh unto gods. And I believe its magic is level 8. Yes, it is. And there we go. Now, with all that said, I think we'll go ahead.
Is there a save point nearby?
Unfortunately, no, but we need to go out and back and heal and stock up on items anyway. So, folks, we'll see y'all next time on Super Mario RPG when we go through the rest of Booster's Way. Until then, folks, take care.
See you then.